Okie dokie, looks like we are live. So, hello out there to who's ever watching. We're going to be testing out the 2017 Season 4 new content and new changes, I guess. There wasn't a lot of significant changes to many of the cars and physics. It was looked like a lot of decal updates on a lot of the NASCAR tracks, so... yeah, so we finally got Dirt Lanier. That was the dirt track that was released. So this is actually part of the free content because Lanier was already a free track. And more importantly, we got the UMP modified. Yes, we finally have a dirt modified. So now I'm hoping for another, type of modified. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So. Yeah, so I just downloaded all the content and I hopped in. I started the track session, nighttime, default weather, and 15%. And I'm really surprised to see that it's already got a large amount of rubber on it compared to before, because usually 15% before was pretty heavy track still. So I don't know what's might be part of the new thing. They did a major update to the starting track states and stuff like that, so that might be part of it. Alrighty, so let's see what we can adjust on this car. I haven't loaded up any setups yet. This is the first time I've been in it. So 25 to 10. Okay. 8 to 25. All right. Stagger can be from 0 to 3. Okay. So not as extreme as the late model, but pretty good amount. I think the late model can get up to 5. Alright, so the setup. So the setup looks pretty much... looks pretty much like a the late model set with wheel spacing. Yeah, because there's axle lead, final drive. I mean, it's not surprising. This has got floating suspension in it also. So positive toe in. That's interesting on the front. But all right, so what we got? All right, cool. They got 2 sets for each one of them. So we're on Lanier. I'll just get the qualifying set up for now. Maybe with a little time, just go ahead and start adjusting the set. But for right now, we just need to get out there and practice, because I haven't taken this car yet. I haven't really done anything with this car for now, at least. So something interesting. Ride height, ride height, ride height. I know that's the ride height, but I see a little error in the setup page already. Alrighty. They've always had dirt mods. Well, I guess we could put the asphalt modified on dirt, but that's not as fun. I don't know what you mean. I know there's a joke in there somewhere. Alrighty, so let's go get on the track. Let's see what this bad boy looks like. Nice, alright. Get back to my FOV. Alright, I'm gonna be a bad boy and go out this entrance. This is usually the pit entry, but whatever. I'm in a self-test session. So the track state, like right now, is only 15%. And we got that much rubber on it. So. Alright, I need to concentrate for a minute. This is my first laps in the car. That's surprisingly enough. It seems to get into the corner a lot like the late model does. I'm so happy now that we have a 3/8 mile track. This is what we needed so badly. Nothing against half-mile tracks, but I think other dirt track fans will agree with me when I say some of the best racing you'll ever watch is on a 3/8 mile. You know, smaller quarter-mile and 3/8 mile tracks. You know, nothing against the bigger tracks. I still love going to 5/8 and a half-mile tracks just to see how fast the cars can go, but this is the most fun to me. Yeah, so it's not too far off the late model. Yeah, I'm probably going a little bit too much slip angle, so let's try the low side. Let's try the low side and not hit the wall. Okay, so let's try that again with 50% less fail. Garrett, I agree 100%. I mean, if you've been on my channel, you see all the modified races I like to post. I love the big blocks. I'm holding out that one day we'll get them. I don't think we'll get them anytime soon, but maybe next year we'll have a chance. I would kill, like, if they've got big blocks on here, I'd probably be in them all the time. Because, like, on the forums, I have a bunch of setups for the SK and Tour mods. Easily, the big blocks, I'd do the same thing. I'd be in and out of them. I'd want people to try them. I want people to get in them because, to me, they are the best. They are the best cars to watch in real life. So much, even this past weekend, like, every race was just down to the wire every time. It was freaking awesome. Alright. Let's try to get a good lap time in here. So this is the qual set. So, let's see what kind of lap I can get. Maybe picking up the throttle a little bit too early there. Okay, 14.3. I think I can go faster. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Car's still fine. Man, I keep screwing up 3 and 4. I love how much the car is already leaned over to the right side. Like, I knew that they were like that, I just didn't realize by how much. Alright, so 1 and 2, I never realized this at Lanier. At least for the walls. 1 and 2 is a little bit differently than 3 and 4. Boy, I'm gonna hit that wall a lot. Alright, let's go to lap 20. And I'll actually start making some adjustments to the car, see what I can do. with what little knowledge I have of the car. Actually, let's just use only the brakes going into this corner. Yeah. Probably have to adjust my line a little bit. Let's do one more lap. Doesn't seem to mind that too much. Ah, almost got it. Alright. So that was my fastest lap. Alright. Let's see. Let's just go camera 3. Just watch it from the grandstands. Just get a few laps. I didn't want the camera to reset, but okay, whatever. I think you need to take some air out of the right rear. Yeah, seems like having the right rears at 14 is a little high. Ugh, excuse me. Seems like the whole right side being 14 is a little too high. But yeah, might be using a little bit too much slip angle. Like I'm throwing it into the corner a little bit too hard, like a late model. All right, so let's go down 2 psi. Do you really want positive toe? I'm gonna reduce that by 2 clicks. And then in the late model, I always reduce the ride height of the back. No, let's go back up. That's kind of annoying. Alright, let's lower the back by ½ an inch, see how she feels now. Just a little bit shorter gear. I'm just gonna see how it feels. Feels like it's getting in the corners a little bit better. Like I ain't gotta fight the car to get it in there on the bottom. Taking that air pressure out feels really good too. Ah! That was gonna be a great lap if I didn't throw it in the wall there. Ah! Rear end's still a little loose off the corner, so I just have to adjust that. Ah, darn it. Feels better though, even though I'm hitting the wall all the time. I just gotta find a better line. I'm just one of those people though, I just go crazy as soon as I get a new track config. I don't slow down, so I should probably be doing that here. See, the thing is the turns are nice and wide, but it narrows off on the straightaways. So I'll kind of follow these grooves around the track, and when I'm on the high side like that, it just, when I track out too far. So so I either need to adjust the trailing arms or give it more crossway. Even wheel spacing I could probably adjust too. But I won't screw with that for right now. I'd rather keep it simple and keep maybe the crossway instead. I wonder if this is like the other dirt car, like the late model, where you just like max out the camber and you instantly go faster. Let me try one more degree camber. So that's at max. Higher angle, tighter on corner entry, looser on corner exit. Alright, now turn that down. For now, I'm just going to turn that down one click. And then turn that one up one click. Okay, so I need to go this way to add crossway. How much crossway do I want to add? Let's go with a 0.5% of crossway. Let's see, it was back here. 1, 2, and then I'll do 2. There we go. Let's see what that's gonna do. Not sure if it's gonna tighten it up too much, but let's go out and test it. Still trying to figure out lane 3 and 4, or lane 3 and 4, turn 3 and 4. Figure out what lane you want to kind of turn into. Alright, that's a throwaway lap. Alright, let's try the high side here. Alright, so I think that was in the step in the right direction. So get the car sideways and it feels like it wants to bite when I want it to. If I could stop hitting the wall! I might take this to, while we're here, I might take it to like Volusia or something a track I know a little bit better. Or Eldora. Eldora I can never... Well, okay, I've knocked down the Eldora walls 100 times, so... I also need to calm down and stop trying so hard. It is a new car. Just focus on not hitting the walls, keep the car clean. Did get faster though. I'm in the 14.1, so pretty happy about that. I bet there are already people in the 13s already with this car. My God, this place is so fun though. Like, I just realized I've done like 12 laps, and it doesn't even feel like I did. Oh God! All right, I gotta exit 2 and 4 a little bit lower than I think I have to. I think that's my issue right now. See, like when in Lanier, I have certain points that I look for, like on the yellow line on the pavement version, that I'll get back on the gas. Obviously, with it being covered in dirt, I don't have those yellow lines anymore, so I gotta find different reference points. So set's starting to feel pretty good, though. Let's see. Let's just add a little bit more side bite. Oh, crap. Let's see. That way got me that. Then, boom, boom. Yeah, there we go. I want to try 51%. And let's re-lower the back end. Also, nose weight's at 56%, but this doesn't have a ballast. Okay. So you just kind of have to deal with that. I like that they have those fire hydrants in the corners. I think I'm going to start trying to use those fire hydrants for my pickup point. That might have been a little bit too much side bite. That, or I can adjust the shocks to loosen the car up just a tad, because it's feeling good but not quite perfect, or good but not great kind of thing. I know I didn't improve my time, but that's okay. Right now, I'm actually just focused on finding a good line more than lap times right now. Yeah, I hit that cone. Let's get some of the high side in here. Really, I'm in the middle lane. I don't think it'd be too beneficial to go out by the wall anyways, unless the track's really slicked up. Hard to believe that all this rubber's laid down for only 15% track speed. Ouch. Not too bad, it's feeling pretty solid. Just making sure my mic's on. That would have been embarrassing. I was talking this entire time and no one could hear me. Alright, so I'm going to... let's see. I want to turn down that crossway just a tad, because it's feeling good, but not great yet. So bumps are at 6 and 9. Rebounds at 2 and 4. So I go to +10 to +1 or 2. Okay. So is that 9? I'm just gonna see what 7 feels like. So I know, not 100% sure if dirt is just like asphalt too, but I know on asphalt, if you lower the left rear bump, it's gonna make it oversteer just a tad when you're on the throttle. So, really I'm just kind of looking for the fine-tuning, and while I'm at it, let's add a little bit more camber to the front end. Alright. Oops. Okay, sorry about that. Just minimizing the OBS window. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back on that shock change, because lowering the side bite and the shock has made it, doesn't feel like it's hooking up right now, so let me get rid of that shock change. I'm gonna leave everything else the same though, because now it just feels a little bit off and it's bugging me. So let's just see if the camber and the crossweight adjustment makes the car feel better. I'll worry about shocks later. I don't know. I was curious though if using the brakes or using the gas to get in the corner. Letting off on the gas or hitting the brakes is better. Or a little combo of both. Yeah, screw you, green cone. Finally hit you. I think that, you know, the brake, you can use the brake too, just you got to adjust yourself to that. 'Cause the car seems to want to dive into the corner a little bit better, which is a good thing, but I'm not used to it right now, so I'll just keep just letting off the gas. I imagine it's probably faster if you're modulating the brake and the gas working together to get through the corner. But I'd rather do that when the camera's off than I'm not, you know, when I'm flipping and the car's on fire and I'm flipping through the air, taking out people in the crowd. At least the camera's off. A little bit too much in the slick stuff. We'll say though, car's starting to feel pretty good. Probably still slow as heck, but hey, I don't care right now. I'm just happy to finally have modifieds. Every discipline needs a modified. That doesn't feel on the slick stuff. It's actually not too bad on the entry when it's in the slick stuff. As long as you don't jump on the gas too early. Alright, let's run up way up by the cushion. Way slower up there. Oh.
Five more times, man. 5 more.
You know what? I'm gonna run her out of fuel, and then I want to see how many laps. I want to see how many laps we get. I wasn't really keeping track. So the qualifying set's got 5 gallons in it. They're limiting the fuel like at the late model, where the lowest amount you can have is 5 gallons for whatever reason.
But we're on a pit this time,
No, Chad. I'm gonna run her right out. Besides, I can't take fuel on dirt anyway. You know, that would be the good thing when we got big block modifieds. They do refueling races, so they'd have to start allowing refueling. So I know usually Super Dirt Week they had to take fuel. I think the Outlaw 200. They stop them halfway through to let them get fuel and tires. I don't.
Try not to scrub too much speed out of it though. It's not running. It's not running. Just try to coast.
I don't know if they actually do need to pay. I would assume so. 200 laps is a long time. I know for the eastern states they gotta refuel. Okay, so that was how many laps? 5 gallons can you choose 65 through 90, which was 25. Okay. So 25 in the out lap. So, you know, I don't know how long they're going to make the races. I didn't look at the schedule for it. So if it's like 30 laps, you probably only need like 6-7 gallons here. Probably Lanier they'll do 35, so you need probably 8 or 9. 9's the safest. Alright, let me just put laps at... Oh, look at that. 374, 374. Heck yeah. Let me just put it back here. And I'm going to... I need to use the bathroom. I had a lot of caffeine for lunch, and it's going through me right now, so I'll be right back. Let's just put this up. Alright, I am back. Right. So yeah, this was a little starter set I made, in case you want to try it out for yourself. Obviously, yeah, I've spent not even 20 minutes on this set, so it's not going to guarantee you a win or anything, but it at least feels pretty good at Lanier right now. Alright, you can only have 5? Yeah, okay. What should be next? Should I just go on to GT3, or should I... I'm thinking about just taking the UMP to a bigger track, do like Volusia or Eldora, or even the Grove. Let's see. Let's go with Eldora for the hell of it. Let's reduce the track state. Alright, there's 5%. So they should put Oswego on dirt on iRacing for Super Dirt Week. It would actually be kind of cool to see them get Oswego, the dirt and the pavement version, because this would be a good time to get it. I think they just started. I know they were showing on their Facebook that they started the prep work for putting the dirt on. So they could honestly do both at the same time, which would be neat to see. I mean, I'm not dying to see Oswego on here. It'd be like one of those things that would be really cool to see, but Oswego's always been known for single file racing, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it would benefit a lot of cars or not. But still, it'd be cool to see, because we don't have an oval currently in iRacing from New York. You know, the only New York track we have right now is Watkins Glen. So, let's see. Alright, let's go. Just go, continue the trend and keep qualifying sets on. I wonder if I had to just do that again. So, stiffer right side springs. It's got more crossweight, more side bite. Makes sense. 509 gear. Let's see. Alright. Yeah, I'm already now. I can tell I want to take some air out of the right rear. Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. Screw that. Screw that noise. Alright. I took 2 clicks out and I felt pretty good. Oh, how are the modifieds? The modifieds right now, I mean, it's a pretty solid car. On Lanier, they're fun as heck, so I'm trying them on a bigger track now to see how they are. I think they're a little bit easier than the late models. This actually feels very close to the Pro Late. So if you're a fan of the Pro Late, it doesn't feel too far off of that. I mean, it makes sense because they both have the same suspension in the back. So it's not too far off. And just personally, I'm just happy to see a modified under. Yeah, that adjustment already is feeling good. The only thing I hate is this bar right here. Just saying that right now. Oopsie. Yeah, and I even think that's the same Pro Light sound. Although I would be surprised if they had the same engines, or near the same engines, right? Small blocks, 358 small blocks. Very easy to be smooth at Eldora. Once I made that, I took the tire pressure out. See, default's 14 on the right side there. So when I shut up, I don't hit the wall, but on the right side there, they were both 14. I took 2 pounds of air out, and the car's, it feels really good. So probably gonna play with the tire pressures to see if I can gain any more time. Maybe take some tire pressures out of the left rear. Maybe even go down on the right sides, like both at the same time. Not sure. Just do some experimentation. So far, I'm liking the car. Glad we have it. You know, it's a car that when you're not trying to muscle it around too much, you work with it. You know, it tends to drive itself. Very reminiscent of the Super Late and the Pro Late once you get used to those cars. Got it in a little too early. Yeah, I'm just trying to push it to get a better time. So 16.7. So I imagine people who know what they're doing are going to be in like the 16.5s. All right. Let's see here. Let's do what we did before and just add a bunch of camber. See how that makes the car feel, because that's what you do in the late model. And a little bit more. And let's put that up, put that back down. Okay. More outbound makes it more free. Setup wise, the car feels pretty good. Oh wow, it's got a lot of gear options. Good, 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 good. Wow. These gears are all really close. That's great to see. You can really, really fine-tune it. 511, 515, 517. Thank you, iRacing. Look at all of these gears. Hell yeah. Don't know why I didn't see that before. Alright, let's go out and just test that camber one, and then the next adjustment I'm going to try is the J-bar height. Because the J-bar height I noticed that I always liked in the Pro Late was chassis was 18, axle was 12. And it always, for whatever reason, made the car feel really good, you know, for my personal preference. Oh, it doesn't seem like adding more camber just makes you miraculously faster like in the late model. Used to be all you did was max out the cambers in the late model and yeah, automatically about like 2/10 faster. I don't know if anybody remembers that the first day it came out. Might actually go back down on the left front a little bit. Cause it ain't hooking up out of the corner as good as it was. And left front controls the entry and exit, so let's just go remove about a half a degree. Do I want to adjust the J-bar height? Yeah, let's see, just do a clip for now and see how it makes the car feel. Damn it, that was gonna be a good lap. Tricked out too much. See, the last few times I raced dirt, it was in the sprint car. I'm still using that line. I gotta use my late model line. Gotta remember, even though it's not as wide as late model, it's still a wide car. Good God, man, stop hitting the wall. So, amazingly enough, I've set the best time. I think it was on the iRacing default. So, I might actually be taking a step backwards, which is alright. If I make mistakes, no big deal. As Bob Ross always said, we don't make mistakes, just happy little accidents. If you make a setup change that doesn't work, it's fine. It doesn't matter. You learn from your mistake and you continue on. Sorry, just reaching for that tear off button. I hate that I get that little blob in the middle of the screen every time and it bugs the hell out of me until I hit the button. So yeah, I will say though, if you've enjoyed the late model on iRacing, you race a lot, you won't have very much problem getting used to this car. It is different though, but how you get it through the corners, how it drives like into the corner. Well, I wouldn't say drive into the corner, but like mid corner, it feels very very similar to like the Pro Late. In fact, like I said earlier, I think it's got the same sounds even. I have a feeling this might be a popular combination for the first few weeks. But then again, it seems like Eldora gets the most attention out of all the dirt tracks we got right now. Hopefully Lanier is going to help, you know, keep the track variety up. But I'm happy though, because not only is it a free track, it's, you know, it's a 3/8 mile track, nice and wide in the corners, so you got plenty of room. You don't have to necessarily push somebody out of the way. So, and you know what? I really hope that Lanier is used a lot, because if they see, maybe if they see that the 3/8 miles and stuff like that are being used, maybe they'll finally start giving us more 3/8 and quarter miles. Maybe a couple 5th miles. You know, a track like Ventura. Put a midget on it.
Pit this time, pit this time.
Hopefully they'll also get rid of that rule where pit entry and exit must be inside the track, because honestly, anybody who's raced dirt long enough on here, doesn't really help. It's not safer. It's not safer than an outside pit exit. Not on dirt. Not most stuff. Should be running out this lap. Yep, we're gonna run out right now.
Sorry, dude, we really didn't have a choice, man. If we'd have pitted, we'd be in the same position.
Hey, the fuel pressure light. Boop. Yeah, got it. I am the victor of the solo race. So yeah, I set my best lap on lap 2. The first lap I did. First completed lap I did, I set the best time, and I haven't been able to get back to it since. So there you go. That was the setup changes I made, and it did make it feel better. But that's okay. Goodbye, set. So maybe that's not the magic trick, or I just haven't spent any time with it. Because that, like I said, in the late models and even the street stock was that way. You just maxed out these settings and the car would just go like immediately like a quarter second faster. Still interesting to me that there's almost a ½ inch of positive toe. Doesn't seem like you want to run that much positive toe in the front, but that's something I'm going to test out later. Just caster camber, rebound bumps, spring rate, perch offset, trailing arms and wheel spacing. So it's very, very similar to the late model on the setup page, just you got the wheel spacing on each tire, which is actually kind of nice. You got the front tires with wheel spacing too. Can really fine-tune the front and the rear end to get it to where you want it to. My suggestions, though, is definitely right off the bat, I mean, you go out and test it like 2 laps on the default tire pressures, and then you take 2 out. The car is just immediately gonna feel better. Is every set like this? Yeah, I think they pretty much just used all the same baseline. No, the shocks are different on the Volusia set at least. But they used relatively the same baseline. And then just did some fine-tuning adjustments, which isn't a bad thing, but yeah, my recommendation though is take some tire pressure out of that right rear. Definitely. Alright, I've been on the dirt stuff for an hour. So why don't we switch over to asphalt? Let's get Snetterton. Let's do the 300 layout in the Ferrari GT3. Why GT3? Because that just got released. Okay, just weather. I'm actually going to turn the track state up to 75% because I heard that they changed the marble textures in the release notes. Screen's going to be black for a second, but let's go through that. Yeah, there we go. So let's see here. No longer race sessions. Yeah, race sessions, we can get 6 different vehicles now, which is awesome. Bar end displacement has been adjusted for some cars in the garage UI. Dynamic track. The visuals of marbles improves. That's what I was just talking about. And this was a nice fix too. So if the qualifying was attached to the session, it would, because everybody's going out at the same time, it's single qualifying, but everyone's doing it at the time. It would adjust the dynamic track, so it wouldn't allow as much temperature to be put in the track. And I guess there was a bug that it never reset back to normal after that, and that's what this update is. So hopefully in the longer races, you know, something like NIS, even the Tour Mod, like when we do 120 laps at like South Boston, you should actually start to feel the line that everybody's running start to get rubbered up, slick up, and start getting greasy, get a little sliding. So you need to find other lanes. So that'll be something that's nice. A couple tire sounds got updated. Oh, rumble strip sounds too. We got more sounds for different curbs, which is awesome. So this is what I was talking about earlier. The track initialization. My Lanier session only had like 15% on it, and you could still see a lot of rubber was laid down. Compared to before, like that amount of rubber that was laid down was like 55-60%, you know, and now you get a lot more rubber laid down. So you know what? Before I do the Snetterton session, I gotta go out there and see what it's like on a 100% track. I gotta do that. Let's see, what else was significant? I don't think too much other than that. There were just a couple very minor updates to every car. Tire warmers got added to the Formula Renault. I don't know if I agree with that or not, but whatever. I mean, I don't know. People just can't deal with cold tires, I guess. You know, hey, let's take it easy for a lap. No, we can't be bothered. Whatever. See, they fixed the tachometer on the Impala, but like the late model still has that issue where the tach light, I guarantee it still does, the tach light still, it disappears basically when you get up to the shift point. But yeah, like the tracks, it was mostly logo and advertisement updates. Gain time checkpoint chicane at Spa has been adjusted. What's chicane? I guess that'd be the bus stop chicane? Yeah. Guess our Rouge is not considered a chicane, but that was a common, very common slowdown point. Anything else significant here? Ah, yeah. The turn 12 on the Nürburgring was adjusted. I think that is, if I'm not 100% positive, I think it's this kink right here. You know, that's kind of a correct me if I'm wrong kind of thing, but I can't read that small. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that might be... Okay, so there's T13 right here, but it's really small. So 12 would be the exit of that chicane. It's getting adjusted. Okay, I always thought it was weird that the this kink here, you could be on that curb on the outside and still get an off track. You never touch the grass, and you get an off track there. So I thought that's what was being adjusted, but maybe I'm wrong. Snetterton. See, they do this for Talladega in Texas. If you watch Lanier pace cars, they just warp through the just warp through the walls, but they just don't want to fix that one yet. But anyway, first thing I'm gonna do before I go to Snetterton is I really want to see what it's like to be on 100% track state. Let's just go to like Lanier. Let's go back to Lanier. There's Lanier. Dirt. And 100% track state. I'm going to die. So, what car should I take? Ooh, let's be suicidal. Take the wingless sprint car. I'll do the wingless 360, so I might give myself a little bit of chance. So while that's loading up, how is everybody today on this overcast day in New York State, at least? That's cool, so I can't complain. Wait, what? I did adjust the track state to 100%, right? Oh, there it is, okay. Just didn't look like on the straightaway there was very much. Oh my god, look at all this rubber. Whee! Oh! 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 Oh my god. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh my god, dude. This track is spent. Holy crap. They must have had like a 200 lap, like, late model race with like a 50 lap UMP race here or something, man. With mod lights and, what else would there be? I don't know, street stocks. Oh my god, this track is so spent right now. Oh, there we go, finally 2x the wall. I was wondering when I was going to do that. Just love how light it is. You just see a sea of rubber. Whew. Okay, this is actually kind of fun when you get used to it. Then again, I love the wingless 360. Whew. That's nuts. Just watch a couple laps there. Oh, do you race Mod Lights in real life? Man, they look like fun cars. There's like... God, there's only like one track in New York that has Mod Lights, and they always put on an excellent show every time I watch them. Up there in Brewerton. iRacing, please scan Brewerton Speedway. I love that track. Although, realistically, if you're going to get any track from Syracuse, please get Wheat Sport. Wheat Sport is love. Wheat Sport is life. But, I digress. Yeah, I'd love to see Mod Lights on here. I guess the Legends are close to it, but it's just not the same. They seem to be a lot more livelier than the Legends cars are. I didn't even actually know that Legends ran on dirt until I looked it up. When they made the Dirt Legends, I'm like, they don't race them on dirt, do they? And there are a couple tracks that do, so... I mean, it makes sense that, especially down south, those chassis are so easy to find. You might as well convert them to dirt, you know? But no, like Mod Lights, man, they put on a hell of a show, and they look like they're lively little cars with a short wheelbase, man. I mean, they're as fast as Crate Sportsmen are in this area. I think I've seen the lap times, like in the hot laps. Brewerton always puts up the lap counter. Like instead of the lap counter, it's it shows the times. Heck, they're just as fast as Sportsmen in those little engines. It'd be cool to have them on here. See, that's a realistic possibility because Mod Lights are driven quite a bit of places in the United States. So who knows? Maybe we will get them one day. All right. Okay, now I'm curious. I got to see how the wingless car is on Lanier on a lower track usage. I just got to see this. I got to do this for myself. Oh, I didn't even load the setup for Lanier. Oops. Alright. Go out the proper pit exit this time. Oh my god, this is awesome. Oh, this is awesome. It's that stupid dirt blot in the middle of the screen. Oh man. Yeah, I could do this all day. Seriously. Oh, this is fun. Might just do a setup video for the wingless car at this track because this is fun. This needs more attention than it gets. Stick her on the bottom, come on. When you're in a wingless car, though, it is very hard to talk and drive at the same time. This car requires all your attention. Oh my god, I love this. Alright, alright, alright. I said I was gonna go to Snetterton. Let's go cross the pond, but holy crap, that's fun. Let's go watch that on the backstretch. Hopefully that camera stays. No, of course not. I don't know why it isn't. Whatever. I have a feeling I'll be doing this a lot. Just trying to stick it on the bottom. You don't get a lot of time to think when you get out of the corner. You're already setting up for the corner. My god, this is fun. Oh, thank you. See, personally, in my opinion, this was the track. If there was any free track that we had that was going to get converted to dirt, personally, I think this should have been the first track, not USA. Oh, that's fun. Alright, I'll get to Snetterton. I'm going to be doing that a lot later on when I'm when I'm done with the stream. Alright. Oh, man. That is amazing. Which layout should I do? Yeah, I'll just do the 300 layout. Afternoon. Gonna adjust the track state to 75%. That way there are marbles on the track, because they did say that they adjusted the marble textures. So I want to see what they look like. Alright. So yeah, I have a little bit of experience on this track. It's a fun little track. I would not say that this is like my favorite track of all time, but it's definitely fun. Definitely fun than a couple other, how do I want to say it? United Kingdom tracks. Alrighty. Do you think the Ferrari likes to be thrown into the corner like a modified? Probably not. Okay, so anyway, let's see what the baseline's like. Just one baseline? Okay. I didn't know if they had like a Le Mans baseline or anything like that. Okay, so they got traction control setting. So they got the TC1 and 2, but it's all one setting. ABS 7. Gotta make those green. Represent nothing, but yeah. Okay, so this is pretty similar to the spring sets are similar to the GTE. It's not surprising. It's the same chassis, just a couple modifications to the motor. So the interior is going to be the same. Probably the sound is going to be the same. So there's a short and a tall. You know, probably meant for Daytona and Le Mans. Oh, you get to adjust the clutch plates in this car. God, it's something I really wanted in the BMW back when I actually used to drive that car. Yay, scary tree. So yeah, it looks pretty similar to the just a simplified version, because obviously GT3 are using a set gearbox, whereas GTE you can actually adjust the gears separately. Looks like this one revs a little bit higher too. 'Cause your shift points are at, yeah. So I think that one gets up to about, GTE version gets up to about like 73, I think, and it tops off. This one goes a little bit higher. Alright. Wow, you can definitely hear the transmission whine in this car. So I'm probably take this first few laps easy because I don't remember the 300 layout too much. I played it in the 100 and the 200. No, I did the 200 a lot, so this inner part I don't know too well. I have raced on it though. Allowed to take that?
In that groove.
I don't know why. Oh! That corner gets me every time. I'd take that a little bit faster. Yeah, the interior is basically just like the GTE version, so if you've seen the GTE version, you already know what its car looks like. I think just some of the aero pieces on the outside are adjusted. Is that a slow down? No, okay. So it's just arbitrary. I think I might have hit those pylons last time. That's what caused the slowdown. So what track is that? I think it's Donington has those too. If you hit them square enough, it'll give you a slowdown penalty. I love that this track has all the signs out. Not only so you learn to track the corner names, but those are good reference points. Alright, straighten the car out there, get it down a second. Yeah, it's not too difficult of a track. Pretty good beginner track. Like this is the kind of track that'll be good for like Skip Barber's. Grand Touring Cup will probably like this, you know. What else? Spec Racer Ford will probably thrive here. Scary Tree. Yay, Scary Tree. it's sharper than I thought it was. Boy, it's been a while since I've been on this track. That gun feels a little loose for me. Let's go ahead and adjust that. The only thing I really want to turn down though is the ARB. I didn't use a lot of ARB in the GTE car, so everything else, yeah, I'm gonna leave alone for now. Maybe even put those down, equal out the tire pressures. Yeah, this car definitely revs higher than the GTE car does. Still loose in the back. This corner, I think, just hold it in third gear, yeah. This one you want to shift down to second. You can use the exit of that just fine. So you just slow down in third and kind of hold it. Yeah, doesn't work too badly. This is what, third, stay to the left, get down to second. This is what, you just lift probably a little bit. Okay, so it's a kink, then you have the sweeper. Sweeper, want to stay to the right, straighten it out, straighten out the wheel, get down to second. On the brakes too soon there. Okay, so I can move my braking point up. Braking at the 2 marker, down to first, power out. A little bit too much, might be good to stay in second instead. Back down to second, turn in when the sign tells you to. Ugh. Can never talk and drive at the same time, so I'm gonna make mistakes. Here, right after the 2 sign, down to second. This one, down to second. Turn in when the sign tells you to. This one also down to second. Late apex. I think late apex there is pretty good. What I did last lap, not this lap. Little brake, coast in, stay in third, power out. So we're probably looking at like 150s for the time. Third gear, stay to the left, get down to second. Alright, so this is a kink. I think you just lift a little bit, track out, get ready for the sweeper. I'm kind of thinking stay in third the entire time. Straighten out the wheel, get down to second. Ugh. Alright, so I'm starting to get the lap down. Yeah, I like that better. I use the yeah, I'll talk about it after we get back there. So probably use a little later braking point instead of using the 2 marker. Like, wait until the car's past the 2 or something. Laying down the second, turn in when it tells you to. Imagine this has got rub protection too, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I screwed up that corner a lot. It's alright. You might just keep that in 3rd. Late apex. I'll just get on the power. Whoa! I'll just get on the power a little bit better. Alright. Next lap, I'll try to get in a good lap. Probably won't talk a lot. Shut down a second. Yeah, so I got that down pretty good. Yeah, that's a lift and coast. That dip really helps the car get around the corner. Thinking maybe swing out wide. Yeah, I'm gonna have to practice that. Swing out a little wider and get the car over to the right at a later time. So they're over on the right side. There's part of the wall, the end of the wall there that's orange right there. When that goes off my screen, I brake there, and I like that brake point a little bit better. Might extend it just a little bit. All right, that was about a car length after the 2 marker. I think that was it. Yeah, use all the track there. Okay, I think that corner might be a late apex. Ah, I clipped the grass. I'm pushing a little bit too early. Alright, so there we... You know, in the GTE car, 150 to 155 kPa was a pretty good range, so... Looks like the tires are pretty good. Back end is still fighting me. I'm gonna go small in the diameter. I used small all the way through the last season. Oh my god, so much frickin' toe. I don't want that much toe. So that's why, yeah, like it pushes off the corner until I get on the gas, and then it just wants to snap around. So yeah, I'm gonna get rid of some of that positive toe and then shorten the ARB. I want that rotation to be there when I'm off the throttle. Yeah, I don't like that. Alright, let's go try that. It is a shame that they did not give us the Ferrari GTE and GT3 as one buy, but I guarantee that's not iRacing. That's probably Ferrari and their premium for blessing us with their content, their cars. At least you're allowed to use the exit of that corner. Too early. Somehow didn't get an off track there. go out wider. Yeah, something I'm gonna have to practice 100 times. Oh. Alright, so don't use too much of that curb. Boy, that car did not like that. We are allowed to use all that. Interesting. You are not allowed to use that much. That I can understand. Yeah, I'm gonna have to practice it 100 times to get down that right line. It's not easy. Somehow that was a faster lap. Yeah, so don't use that exit part of the curve. It jumps in elevation, man. The car hated that. Doing that same mistake. I gotta take a later apex there. Don't know if this will be a good multi-class track like Proto GT, IMSA. It seems like a lot of the corners are very one lane, and I don't know if there's enough places to pass here. So I was thinking we'll stay over here to the right, and then you straighten out the wheel, then use help. Yeah. See what? That wasn't a fast line, but just thinking something like that, where you kind of swing out, stay over to the left. And then when you start seeing those pylons, get over to the right as much as you can in that sweeper. Remember, later apex. So you got two corners in a row where they're later apexes. You gotta remember that. I think that's a late apex too. Is that or I'm just turning in too early, which is possible too. So I'm in the 51s. I said I was expecting 50s. I might be modest about that. Some of the fast guys, even on default weather, will probably get 49s. Let's see, how's the tire pressure looking? Yeah, I could probably afford to turn these down a little bit. Back end is still a little, it's not cooperating with me, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to the 200 layout and get something stupidly fast. Because sometimes simple layouts can be the most fun. Right, let me... And I tried to screw up a lot less on these final ones here. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about here. I hit that right there. Boy, that threw the car for a loop. Did not like that. Alright. Just give 1 or 2 laps without me talking. Just enjoy the sights and sounds of the new car and the new track.